So, is this person really a narcissist? This is Radical Self-Respect with Jared Mello. I have an ebook and an audio book by the same name. It's actually great for people who are recovering and trying to rebuild themselves after narcissistic abuse. The reason why I created the book was because after my experience with the female covert narcissist, I asked myself a question, a powerful question. How could I have prevented this from happening? And the answer I came up with was practice radical self-respect. And I explain how to do that in the book and in the audio book. So check that out if you're interested. Also, thank you very much for all the support I've been getting. Share my videos with others who you think might benefit from learning about practicing radical self-respect. And at the end, please comment what you think about the video. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have anything to add? Please let me know. So, I was watching a video from Dr. Ramani the other day, and she said the number one question she gets in her inbox is this person really a narcissist? Dr. Ramani said she was a little confused as to why she gets that question so often. She said it really shouldn't matter, just look at the actions and that should really tell you your answers. And it doesn't matter what the label is, if this person's not treating you well, you gotta have boundaries no matter what. And I do agree with her line of thinking with that. I think she's correct. But also, as someone who has to constantly have my boundaries up because of family member narcissists, I think the reason why they want to know the answer to the question so badly is because the consensus is narcissists do not change. And we all know in the hoovering phases, narcissists pull out all of the tricks in the book. They apologize, they say they were wrong, they're sorry, I'll change, life is too short, this is ridiculous. And if someone doesn't know any better, it's going to come off as pretty convincing. And I think this is the reason why they want to know for sure, okay, was that person a narcissist? Because if they are, I can put them in that category in my mind and realize they're probably not going to change. And I can stay no contact. But if they're not really a narcissist, I think it leaves the question, is this person capable of changing? Can they change? Maybe they are being genuine. Maybe they did change. And it's a tough one. It's certainly a tough one to have to swallow because I do believe some people can change. And I know that's dangerous for some people to hear, but hear me out. In my own life, the person in question, he's certainly a malignant narcissist. And even with him, I know that, and he just keeps on trying. He tries to reach out through flying monkeys. They try to guilt and shame me to give him a chance because he's family after all, and you should give family more chances. Doesn't matter if he was abusive or not, give him a chance. And I would say to them, he was already on his last chance, and he blew it. But I've learned with them, there will be no right answer for me unless I just give in and cave and start talking to him again. And that's not acceptable for me, so I'm not going to do it. Now, the one exception, I think, to this rule would be, so say you're not sure whether someone's a narcissist or not, they've abused you, I say stay no contact. Or if you're going to dip your foot in, do very slowly and very carefully. But most people, if they've been very toxic, they've had to probably undergo some massive life change for me to believe them. And let me explain. I have seen people that have struggled with alcohol or drugs. They stop doing alcohol, they stop drinking, they stop doing drugs, and they undergo massive change in a self-help program, like AA or NA, or maybe even religion in some cases. And I've seen it where that when they were using and drinking, they were complete assholes. But they stopped, they put down the drink or the drug, they actually start working on themselves, and they can actually stop their negative reactions sometimes. They can learn how to respond, and they can get better. Now, this is certainly not a rule There are some people that they were jerks when they're using, and they become even bigger jerks when they stop using. So I don't want you to think, oh, that person went to self-help, they must have changed. Not always. Not always. But I might be more likely to give a shot in a scenario where I see a massive change. But if I do not see the massive change, there's just no reason to go back. And I'm making this video also because it can be tough. Because that love bomb hoovering, it wears on you. And I've tried to block in all cases, but there always seems to be another avenue they find to try to contact me. Whether it's flying monkeys or another social media I didn't realize. It's like a whack-a-mole. But to answer the original question, I think this is why people ask Dr. Ramani so much, is this person really a narcissist? Because they want to put it to rest in their minds. Okay, this person really is a narcissist. They're not going to change. I can feel guilt-free, no contact. That's what they want. They want guilt-free, no contact. But say maybe they weren't a narcissist completely. They didn't have the full-blown narcissistic personality disorder. Maybe they had narcissistic traits. And who's to say that someone that just has narcissistic traits can improve upon them? I don't know. And I think this is the reason why people have that question. They want to cement it in their own minds. They want certainty. They want to know, okay, because, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're watching this video and you've known someone that had NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, they really abused you completely, gaslighting, etc., guilting, shaming, picking, have they ever changed? Do you know anyone who's been that way and they changed? And if so, was it something like where drugs and alcohol were involved and then they got clean and then their behavior changed? Or maybe I'm asking the question legitimately because I've heard so few instances of people breaking no contact after narcissistic abuse and having a good outcome. I've seen more good outcomes with BPD as long as the person with BPD was willing to take a look at themselves and work on it. And that's a big if, don't get me wrong. But if you're watching this, let me know. Have you known anyone that you would consider a narcissist? Maybe you just suspected they were. Maybe they had narcissistic traits. You cut them off. You went no contact. And for whatever reason, you decided to start talking to them again. How did it go? Did they change? Did the old behaviors just come back? Did it come back right away? Did it take a little while to come back? Did they punish you for leaving in the first place? I hear that's what happens a lot too. But I'm legitimately asking the question out there because I think this is the reason. This is the reason why people ask Dr. Ramani and the other psychologists on YouTube here, what do you think? Is this person really a narcissist? And they want that certainty because, like unanimously almost, everyone says narcissist. If you have the full-blown disorder, they can't change. Very rarely have I heard anyone say otherwise. So, again, this is why I want to ask the question. Do you know anyone that you've had to go no contact with because they were disrespecting your boundaries and abusing you? Have they ever changed? Name one. I'm completely open to anyone's experiences out there because I think it would really help. It will really help everyone else out there if they can see, okay, this person broke no contact and it didn't go well. Or maybe there are some cases where people did break no contact and maybe it didn't go so bad. I'm not sure, but let me know below in the comments because I'm genuinely curious about this issue. In my own head, in my own life, anyone I've gone no contact with, I've remained no contact with. I haven't given them another chance. But maybe, I'll never say never, but what one person has done to me, it's going to take a lot. And I think part of what I think is the more he just keeps on trying to continue breaking no contact with me and to continue trying to use flying monkeys with me, it just fits the narcissistic profile too well. He's trying too hard. And the more he tries, the less likely I am to actually ever want to talk to him. If he would just chill, maybe a couple years go by, maybe, if anything, maybe I would actually say hello because he's family And I know I'm going to have to see him again at some point anyway. But that would be the most likely circumstance that I would ever talk to him again. And I'd want it to be on my terms too. It's not going to be because he bombards me with messages or the flying monkeys guilt and shame me into talking to him again. No, that would give him all the power in that scenario. If I talk to him, which I don't think I will, but if I did, it would be on my terms. And I think that part's important too. But let me know below if you found anyone that's ever changed after you've gone no contact. I'd love to hear your experiences with this issue. So thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.